Hello, and welcome back to our channel, Tales of Holy Book. Today, we are delving into the mysterious topic of the most concealed sins of Sodom and Gomorrah, as chronicled in the Bible. These ancient cities have been veiled in secrecy and fascination for centuries, and the sin that provoked their downfall remains a subject of dispute and discussion. The tale of Sodom and Gomorrah is one of the most renowned and disputed narratives in the Bible. These cities were infamous for their corruption and immorality, which ultimately resulted in their destruction by God's hand. According to Jude 1 verse 7 records that both Sodom and Gomorrah indulged in sexual immorality and pursued unnatural lust, serve as an example by undergoing a punishment of eternal fire. This highlights the immoral behavior of both Sodom and Gomorrah, who engaged in unnatural lust and immorality. This serves as a cautionary tale, as they faced a punishment of eternal fire. Before exploring the specific sins of Sodom and Gomorrah, let's briefly examine the history of these notorious cities. According to the book of Genesis, Sodom and Gomorrah were ancient cities situated near the Dead Sea in the Near East. These cities were renowned for their affluence and prosperity, but they were also infamous for their extreme wickedness and depravity. Legend has it that the sins committed in Sodom and Gomorrah were so egregious that God ultimately obliterated them with fire and brimstone, erasing them from existence. People often wonder what exactly they did wrong. Why do we call male homosexuals sodomites? In this video, we're going to answer all these questions and learn the true story of Sodom and Gomorrah. But before we start, make sure you watch this video till the end and don't forget to like, comment and share with your family and loved ones to support. Sodom and Gomorrah were two neighboring cities from the time of the patriarch Abraham, as told in the book of Genesis. According to the biblical account, these cities were burned due to the severity of their sins. Many of us are left wondering what sins these cities committed, and why the term sodomite is used to refer to male homosexuals. In this video, we will explore the true story of Sodom and Gomorrah. Before we delve into this topic, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and activate the notification bell so you never miss a new video. The Ancash earthquake of 1970, also known as the 70 earthquake, struck on Sunday, May 31, 1970, at 3:23 p.m. local time. It reached a magnitude of 7.9 on the moment magnitude scale and an intensity of grade N violent on the Mercalli scale. The earthquake was felt widely throughout the coast and mountains of the Department of Ancash and in bordering regions of the south and north of Peru. The seismic movement took the country by surprise, causing panic and terror as millions of people fled to open spaces for safety. The earthquake's strength, with a magnitude of 7.9, was unprecedented at the time. The epicenter was 44 kilometers southwest of the port of Chimbote. The aftermath of the earthquake left the population in shock, with tragic consequences in the city of Yaoundé. The devastation was unimaginable, and the people cried out for mercy in the midst of the chaos. The earthquake of 1970 remains a significant event in Peruvian history, reminding us of the power and unpredictability of nature. Now, let's get to the heart of the matter. What were the sins of Sodom and Gomorrah that ultimately led to their destruction? Although the story of the city's downfall is well known, the specific sins they committed are frequently disregarded or misinterpreted. According to the Bible, the sins of Sodom and Gomorrah were numerous, but a few particularly egregious transgressions are often overlooked. Hidden sin 1. Pride and arrogance. One of the most insidious sins of Sodom and Gomorrah was their pride and arrogance. The residents of these cities considered themselves superior to others, looking down on those less fortunate. This sense of superiority caused them to disregard the fundamental values of hospitality and kindness, instead mistreating and abusing those seeking refuge within their walls. Their arrogance prevented them from recognizing their own flaws and vulnerabilities, ultimately leading to their demise. Hidden sin 2. Greed and materialism. One of the lesser-known sins of Sodom and Gomorrah was their greed and materialism. These cities were renowned for their wealth and luxury, yet they showed little concern for the welfare of others. They selfishly hoarded their riches and turned a blind eye to those in need, fostering a culture of selfishness and greed. The relentless pursuit of material wealth and possessions ultimately eroded the moral foundation of the cities, resulting in a society consumed by greed and excess. Hidden sin 3. Sexual immorality. One of the most infamous sins of Sodom and Gomorrah was their widespread immorality. The residents of these cities indulged in various sinful acts, such as homosexuality, adultery, and promiscuity. They disregarded the natural order of creation and prioritized their selfish desires above all else, disregarding the potential consequences. This immoral behavior directly contradicted God's intended design for human relationships and played a significant role in the eventual destruction of the cities. Hidden sin 4. Injustice and oppression. One of the most horrifying sins committed by the inhabitants of Sodom and Gomorrah was their evident injustice and oppression of the vulnerable members of society. These cities were characterized by their mistreatment and exploitation of those who were weak or marginalized, such as widows, orphans, and foreigners. Instead of upholding the principles of justice and mercy, the people of Sodom and Gomorrah chose to oppress and abuse those who were least able to defend themselves. Their heartless disregard for the value of human life ultimately led to the downfall of these cities. God could not stand idly by and watch as his creation was destroyed by such cruelty. The fate of Sodom and Gomorrah serves as a stark reminder of the consequences of failing to show compassion and empathy towards those in need. The sins of Sodom and Gomorrah were plentiful and diverse, ultimately leading to their destruction by God. These cities were infamous for their wickedness, characterized by a lack of hospitality, greed, arrogance, idolatry, violence, immorality, lack of compassion, and deceit. Their downfall serves as a cautionary tale, warning all individuals to turn away from sin and lead righteous lives in the eyes of God. The sins of Sodom and Gomorrah were rooted in selfishness, pride, and a disregard for others. These cities met their end due to their abandonment of God's laws in favor of a culture steeped in sin and corruption. Reflecting on the hidden sins of Sodom and Gomorrah, we must be vigilant in avoiding the pitfalls of pride, greed, and immorality. If this is your first time coming across this channel, do well to subscribe and don't forget to hit the notification bell. Thank you for accompanying me on this exploration of biblical history. For more content on biblical teachings and insights, remember to watch our channel. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Until next time, may peace and blessings be upon you all. God bless.